This is my 1.5 year progress picture, and as a business entrepreneur, I have been able to get in the best shape of my life, all from the comfort of my home, without sacrificing any time to go to the gym. If you're watching this video, I'll tell you exactly how I did it, and this is a full guide to go from out of shape to the best shape of your life, all from the comfort of your home. About 2 years ago, I went on a trip and it changed my life forever. I remember arriving in a hotel, and it was the first time that I truly experienced freedom. It was the first time that I had no one on top of me, no boss, no teacher telling me what to do, and I completely fell in love with that experience. It made me want to be an entrepreneur. It made me want to have my own business, to travel the world, and to decide how my life would look like. But you see, there was a problem. I was also out of shape. I was used to getting no attention from women at all. I was used to getting no respect from men, and I was just so sick of that. I remember there was one day where I went in my washroom, I looked myself in the mirror, and I just started crying. And the reason why was just because I was sick of this body, I was sick of this life, and I needed to change. That was the moment that it clicked for me. I needed to get in shape because I just couldn't live my whole life like this. The next day I woke up, I was super motivated to go to the gym. I took the car, parked the car, got in the gym, but as soon as I entered the doors, I told myself that I would never, ever go back to the gym. And the reason why was because it was packed with people. It was packed with people. There's a line to go to the bench, a line to go to the leg press. Everything was used, and I just wasted hours out of my hours that I wanted to focus on my business. So I completely canceled my membership, and I bought every single thing I needed in order to work out at home. And truly, it was the best option by far for me because my two goals were met. I was able to get in the best shape of my life. My life went from 10 to 100, and I was also able to focus entirely on my business. I had nothing else on my mind. I wasn't thinking about what time to go to the gym so that the bench would be free, none of that. My sole focus was business. And if you're a business entrepreneur, you must work out at home if you want to get in the best shape of your life, because you simply don't have the time to go to the gym, and you will just waste hours out of your day, hours that you could spend focus on your business. If you're a business entrepreneur and you want more help from me to achieve your fitness goal faster, all from the comfort of your home, go click the link in the description right now. But now back to the video. Working out at home changed my life forever because first of all, I wasn't thinking about the gym, wasn't thinking about what time to go so that the bench would be free, none of that. My sole focus was business. I was waking up and I was thinking about business, but also because I was lifting heavy weights, I was way less stressed, way less anxious, and I wasn't thinking about anything else but business. That was the beauty of working out at home for me. Now let's talk about what is needed in order to work out at home. When I first started to work out, I worked out with no bench, and my workouts were just not good. I would do a bunch of weird exercise on the floor, and I would try to do some bench press movement on the floor, but it was just not the best. I didn't pack on muscle as much as I wanted. So I bought a bench, and it made a huge, huge difference in my workout. My workouts were 10 times better because there was a bunch of exercises that were now unlocked with the bench. The second thing that I did was that I used to work out without dumbbells. I would do a bunch of body weight exercise, and it was simply not the best. I wouldn't push myself as hard as I wanted, and I didn't gain muscle as much as I wanted. So I bought dumbbells, and it made a huge, huge difference. I was able to push myself way harder, and I was gaining a lot more muscle a lot faster. Now the third thing that I bought is a door frame pull-up bar. When I first started to work out, I couldn't even do one pull-up, and now I can do 20, 25. And the reason why was because I just didn't have this piece of equipment. So this is one of my favorite piece of equipment, and it allows me to do the pull-up, the chin-up, and a bunch more exercise like this. And I also used to train with no mirror, and my workouts were just not good because I was doing bad movement, bad form, and I had no idea of it. I had no idea that I wasn't doing the right movement with good form. So I bought a mirror, and it made a huge difference because I was able to review my movement. I was able to see, okay, is this movement good or bad? I was able to review the way that I was working out. And that is the 4 things that you need, and that is the beauty of working out at home. You don't need a bunch of equipment to get in the best shape of your life and feel amazing in your body. But you see, there was a problem. I was going to 4 sets, and my workouts were just far too long. I would last 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and it was just way too long. I wanted to focus on my business. I wanted to spend that time to focus on my business. So I went on to 2 sets of failure, and my workouts were fast, effective. I was packing on muscle, and it was perfect because I wasn't wasting hours out of my day. So that is what you need to do. You need to go to 1 set. But what I did for a week is that I went to one set to see my real failure, to see what I was truly capable of. And it was perfect because it allowed me to see my real potential, to see my real failure. And then I went to 2 sets and it was perfect because I was packing on muscle with fast and effective workout. Now, imagine this. I was this skinny guy that was getting no attention from women at all, that was getting no respect from men, and I was sick of that. I wanted to get in shape. So I started to make some research on internet and I found out about the V-shape. The V-shape changed my life forever because it got me in the best shape of my life. It allowed me to attract women. It allowed me to get the respect from men and the respect for myself. I will tell you exactly the 5 exercises that helped me the most to get in that shape. But first, you need to know that in order to achieve that shape, you'll have to focus on the back, the upper pec, the side delts, the neck, and the lower abs. I targeted these parts of my body and it changed my life forever. It changed my body forever. Now let's talk about some exercise that I do every single day. For the back, since I first started to work out, I did the pull-up every single day. And the reason why is that I used to work with a colleague of mine that was very beautiful. I had a huge crush on her and I wanted to make her my girlfriend. And one day she told me that she liked big, massive back. And that was the moment that it clicked for me. I needed to do some back exercise. And so I started to do the pull-up every single day. And in 1 month, I completely fell in love with that exercise. It wasn't even about my colleague. It was just that I saw such a massive back transformation that I wanted to continue to do that exercise. So that's the first exercise that you must do is the pull-up. The second exercise that I used to do every single day was the push-up. But there was a problem. I was getting the lower part of my chest and it just gave me a saggy look that I didn't like at all. So I started to do the decline push-up where I put my feet on a bench, on a chair, and then I did the push-up and it really targeted the upper part of my pec and it was perfect because it gave me a masculine look that I really liked and I loved to do that exercise. So that is the second exercise that I highly suggest you do is the decline push-up. Now, you see there was a problem. I just couldn't grow my shoulder at all. They were just small, I couldn't grow them and I was sick of that. I wanted to have big, massive shoulder. And so I went on a trip with one of my muscular friends and I just asked him, how do you build such a massive shoulder? And he told me that he wouldn't train them once like I was doing, but every single day of the week. And so I tried it. I did the lateral raise every single day and it worked very, very well. So if you want to build big, massive shoulder, do the lateral raise. It is one of my favorite exercise. In high school, I used to be bullied by men. And the reason why was because I just looked weak. I had a skinny neck and I was sick of that. I wanted to look more masculine. I wanted to look like a man. And so I started to train my neck. There's 2 ways that I trained my neck by doing the neck curls. I did it on my back where I put the weight on the front of my head and it targeted the front part of my neck. And I did it on my chest where I put the weight on the back of my head and it targeted the back part of my neck. So the 2 ways that I train my neck and I highly suggest you train your neck because it will change the way you look. It will just make you look far bigger and far more masculine. So this is the 4 exercises that I highly suggest you do. Now the last exercise is for the abs. When I was younger, I saw all of those guys with great genetics getting all the women and I was sick of that. I didn't have a six-pack and so I started to search on YouTube, fast six-pack abs workout guaranteed. I would try to work out and I still didn't have a six-pack and I was angry at that because in the video it promised me that I would get the six-pack. But the reason why I didn't have a six-pack is because I didn't go about it the right way. And so I started to train my abs a little bit every single day, 10, 15 minutes every single day. And in 2 months, I had the six-pack. Now what I do are 50 leg raise and then I do 10 hanging leg raise. I do 2 series every single day, 2 sets. And I just saw a massive difference on my abs. The lower part of my abs are just way more defined and that is the part that I wanted. So do these 2 exercises and in 2 months, you will have the six-pack. But you see, there was a problem. I was not consistent at all. I would work out for a week and then I would stop for a month. And the reason why was because I knew nothing about consistency. I knew nothing on how to stay consistent until I read that book. The book is called Atomic Habits and it changed my life forever because it allowed me to discover stacking habit. I'll give you an example. At 6 a.m. I wake up. From 6:30 to 12, I do my deep work. From 12 to 12:30 I eat, and then from 12:30 to 1:30 I work out. You see, I stacked working out on top of something that I do every single day which is eating. And this is a technique that helped me so much to stay consistent. It just was part of my routine, it was part of my daily habit. So now think about your routine. Think about how could you stack working out on top of your routine. And for me, it is way easier to continue doing something than it is to start doing something. So keep that in mind. Try to stack working out on top of your routine, and that is how you will stay consistent. But there was another problem. I had a very, very bad identity. And the reason why was because all my life I had low confidence, I was not consistent on anything, and that was my identity. And it was just very, very hard for me to stay consistent. I would work out for a week and then I would stop for a month out of nowhere. And it was because whenever I would work out, I would tell myself that I just didn't need it to work out. It wasn't part of me. And so I changed my identity by forcefully putting positive thoughts in my head because I needed to do that. My identity was pushing against my action and I was swimming upstream. So I started to tell myself 100 times a day, you're a healthy athlete that never cheats on diet. You're a healthy athlete that never cheats on diet. You're very, very consistent. And of course, at first, it was delusional, but it was better to have delusional thoughts that were helping me to get to my goal than to have negative thoughts that were keeping me from getting my goal. So this is how you change your identity. You forcefully put positive thoughts in your mind, even when you don't feel like it. Then you add proof to this, and you will have a rock solid identity. Do it, and I promise you will get the new identity that you need. Another thing that helped me a lot was to stay motivated, because if I'm being honest with you, I love motivation. I love to be driven to do something. I love discipline, but I also love motivation. So what I did is I made a list of every single thing that would happen to my life once I would get in the best shape of my life. And whenever I didn't feel motivated, I would come back to that list. I would visualize the way my life would look like, and I would get the motivation that I liked. So this is your action step right now. Take a piece of paper, write every single thing that will happen to you once you get in the best shape of your life. Do it right now, and I promise you will get the motivation that you need. I started to visualize specific moments in my life. For example, each year I go back to the father side of my family for Christmas. I would visualize myself entering the door with a tight shirt on my arm, the way they would treat me, the way they would respect me. I would visualize myself walking down the street, the kind of woman that would look at me, the way men would treat me, the way men would let me pass. I would visualize all of this, and I would get the motivation that I like. So do it right now, and I promise you will get the motivation that you need. Now let's talk about diet. I used to think that in order to get in the best shape of my life, I had to eat white rice, broccolis, and chicken all day long. I thought that you couldn't eat healthy and tasty food, but this is just a proof that you can eat whatever you want, which is healthy and tasty. This is a recipe that I cook every single day. It tastes amazing, it is fast and effective to do, and so this is just a proof that you don't have to eat a boring diet in order to get in the best shape of your life. I remember there was one day where I woke up and the first thing that I ate was red meat with avocados and a bit of olive oil. I ate high fat but good fat, and you see it was perfect because the good fat will make your testosterone go up, and therefore you will have better workouts and will gain more muscle. I used to eat a lot of McDonald's, and it was just the worst thing to do because I gained weight, okay, but I was gaining fat, and that was not my goal at all. Don't eat bad fat like McDonald's and all of that, because it will just make your insulin go up and you will gain fat. That is not the goal that we want. McDonald's is just trying to make you fat and ugly, so don't eat that ever. We do not eat that. Eat good fat like avocados, olive oil, red meat, and nuts, and I promise you will get the result that you want. The other thing that I used to do was that I would eat 3 eggs in a day, and I thought that it was enough. I would work out, and then I would just feel sore for 3 days, and I always asked myself why, and the reason why was because I didn't eat enough protein. So I started to eat 10 eggs a day. I started to eat meat every single day, nuts, and I just packed on muscle. And the reason why is because I was breaking the muscle, I was working out, but then I would repair it by eating enough protein. So this is what you need to do. You need to start eating more protein. I would suggest you eat 10 eggs a day. Try to eat chicken, meat every single day. Ideally, you want to be at 0.82 grams per pound of body weight, but you can just forget that. Just try to eat more protein, and I promise you would see a lot more results on your body. Now I want to share with you a pancake recipe that I discovered 2 years ago on a reel, I don't do that anymore, but I was scrolling on Instagram and I discovered that the recipe is 1 banana, 3 eggs and a half cup of oats. I put that in the blender, I blend it, I put a little bit of butter in a frying pan, I put the mixture in the frying pan. It tastes amazing, it is high protein, and it is fast and effective, so it is perfect for you as an entrepreneur. Try it, and I promise you will love it. So that's it for this video, and I just want to show you this picture because it is my body transformation and my life changed forever. My life is 10 times better now that I'm in the best shape of my life. You see, I can now attract the kind of woman that I want. I get respect from men and I get respect for myself. Whenever I look myself in the mirror, I don't get negative thoughts anymore. I get positive thoughts that hype me up. And that is the beauty of getting in the best shape of your life. It is the lowest hanging fruit for you right now. And if you're a business entrepreneur, I definitely think I can help you. So go click the link in the description right now and I will talk to you in there. Have a good day.